Hello students, a very good morning to all the students. So students, we are going through the chapter 6 and the name of the chapter is Food Making in Plants. So students, in our last class we have seen one activity, and after completing that, today we are going to start with the next topic, that is special ways of getting food. So students, there are certain ways of getting food apart from photosynthesis. So today we are going to understand about the same. So let's start the first one, that is non-green plants. So students, by the name only you can understand they are non-green plants, which means they do not have chlorophyll. Okay students, so you see Indian pines and coral root are non-green plants. So students, this kind of plants, that is Indian pine and coral root, they are non-green plants. That means they do not have chlorophyll. So students, since they do not have chlorophyll, they cannot make their own food. Okay students, so this is a Indian pine and this is a coral root. So you see, since they cannot prepare their own food, so they get their food from the dead and decaying plants and animals. Okay students, so I hope it is clear to you. The Indian pine and coral root are non-green plant, so they do not have chlorophyll. Since they do not have chlorophyll, they cannot prepare their own food, so they are dependent on the dead and decaying plants and animals. Okay students, so students, moving on to the second one, that is insectivorous plant. So students, by the name only we can understand the meaning of insectivorous plant. So students, insectivorous plant are those plants which are dependent on the insect in order to fulfill the requirement of their food. Okay students, so some soils are poor in minerals, especially nitrogen. So students, here it is said that there are certain soil which are poor in minerals, but especially they lack nitrogen. Plant growing in this soil feed on insect to get the mineral they need. So students, since the soil lacks nitrogen, the plant growing in this kind of soil will feed on insect to get the minerals they need. These plants are called insectivorous plant. So students, this kind of plant which feed on the insect in order to get their food are known as insectivorous plant. These plants are generally green in color. So students, all the insectivorous plants are green in color, so they can prepare their own food. So students, we all know that green plant can prepare their own food because they contain chlorophyll, and this kind of insectivorous plant also will make their own food with the help of water, carbon dioxide and sunlight. But students, they feed on insect to fulfill their nitrogen requirement. Students, here it is said that they are green in color and they can prepare their own food, but they prefer to feed on insect because they need to fulfill their nitrogen requirement. Okay students, so I hope it is clear to you. So now let's read about some insectivorous plant. The first one is pitcher plant. This one is a pitcher plant. I already showed you. The leaves of the pitcher plant are modified into a pitcher. That means the leaf of the pitcher plant will be modified into a pitcher. Okay students, a pitcher means container with a lid. This is a container and here it is a lid. The apex of the leaves form a lid over the pitchers that can be opened or closed. So students, leaf will be modified to form a pitcher and the apex of the leaf will form the lid. And that lid will be open or closed whenever required. The pitcher has hair inside. So students, the pitcher will contain hairs inside it, and when an insect sits on the pitcher plant, it closes its lid. So students, whenever the insect will enter and sit here, the lid will be automatically closed. And then what happens? As the lid is closed, the insect will slip inside the pitcher. And then what happens? The pitcher contains certain kind of digestive juice that will help to digest the insect. Okay students. So I hope it is clear to you. Now moving on to next one, that is Venus flytrap. This one is a Venus flytrap. The leaves of this plant are modified into two lobes that join at the center. So here in the image you can see two lobes, means this one is one and this one is the another one. So students, in this case also the leaf will be modified and then two different lobes will be formed and then they will get joined at the center. The edges have long sharp spines. So you can see over here, these are all long and then sharp spines. Together they form a trap on the inner surface of the leaf. So students, with the help of this spine, they can trap the insect toward the inner surface of the leaf. There are hairs inside the trap. Similarly, like in pitcher plants, the Venus flytrap also have hairs inside the trap. The plant secretes a sweet fluid that attracts the insect. So students, in case of Venus flytrap, they secrete a fluid, that is a sweet fluid, and with the help of that one, the insects are attracted toward the plant. When an insect lands on the leaf, it touches the hair. So students, as soon as the insect lands on the leaf, it will definitely touch the hair and the lobes close to trap inside. That means as soon as the insect lands on the leaf, it touches the hair and then what happens? The lobes will be closed and the insect will get trapped. The spines do not allow the insect to escape. That means the spines, these all are spines and this kind of spines will not allow the insect to escape. Okay students. Digestive juice are secreted from the leaves that help in digesting the insect. So students, similarly like in pitcher plants, in flytrap also, certain digestive juice are present and those digestive juice will help to digest the insect. And after digesting what happens, the trap will reopen. Okay students. So I hope it is clear to you till here. Tomorrow we will proceed forward. Okay students. Thank you and have a good day.